Tomato, the Triangle Interactive. They're having their like indie game, like monthly indie game showcase, and I was like, a 3 hour drive is just a little too far, but it's tempting. What kind of shop are you looking at? Item not found. You can see the shop. I have no clue what is in the Stream Elements shop. I have not messed with that at all. Or if I have, I don't remember messing with it. Okay, no, I'm sorry. 360 no shot. Okay, and then I think I kind of want to go back to that as well. Okay, I was adding a color manager to the balls, I think. Yeah, okay, right now I'm just using the color manager to change the pipe color, but the ball color, I also want to have those changed, so. Oh, stream didn't seem to survive clicking the laptop, but it's back now. Did it? Oh, it didn't appear to open. Either that or I got rid of the link there, but. Okay, well, good to know it's still around. Okay, I was adding the. So the pipe, when it gets made, the. Yeah, okay, set color to color manager, current color palette, random color. Which I guess I could give the pipe a set of colors too. But that seems like I could just give a ball a color manager too, so. Yeah, I think it did open. I don't know that I want to click on it again if it caused the stream to explode, but it did open Replicat. Okay, so this was. We just give you a color manager. So. No, I don't want the underscore. Why do you want to give it an underscore? It's just a. Heck off. Okay, that's fine. And then we do a set color manager. And then I could probably get rid of the set color because it'll just set it based on whatever the color manager has. And then I can just pass the color manager to the thing. Oh, not return anything. Set the. Boy, I really went flying there. Rude. Set manager. No, set color manager. There we go. Color manager to color manager. Lol, get bombed. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Like I said, it's just making me think of Funny Fencer. The customary bombing. And I'm getting attacked now too. Is this because I didn't hit copy paste a billion points 23 different times? Okay, that was set the color manager, and then this set color instead is just going to be the color manager. I guess something like that's okay. It's just the matter of the ball. I want the ball to have a list of colors too. So. The guerrilla marketing. that you have is crazy. Like I said, you gotta show off other people's stuff. It's a community effort to sell games. It takes a village to sell a game. Probably make a game too. Yeah, I suppose because even like notable solo developed games were still like somebody living off of their family to be able to make the game. Okay, I was quite tired when I drove home today. I don't know why. For some reason, when it hit like 2 o'clock, it was just like, I'm tired. And then I've just kind of stayed that way. Okay, so let's just do a ball. Also, it has a color manager. Yeah, well, you can't do a mass bomb if you spell it wrong. Noob. Now we're just gonna take it out on other people because I got called a noob. You're also trying to mass bomb everybody. So, seems unkind. I suppose it's an option. That is fair. Fair. There we go. Come at me. Fight me, bro. The color manager. I was adding a color manager. Everybody gets a color manager. You get a color manager. You get a color manager. We all get color managers. That's right. I am victorious. Explode into giblets. This is gonna be a best of 3, best of 5, best of 7, best of yeah. Okay, salty run back. Yep. Okay. You can have. We could do a best of a best of 3 if I can type, or if I can copy paste. Okay, I was adding a color manager here, and that is also adding a color manager here. Yeah, best until you win. That works too. Okay, so now the ball will have some kind of color manager so that when it does a... And now I explode into giblets. That was a close match. Okay, I exploded into giblets that time. Yep, and now it's official. I lost. I am, in fact, a noob. GG easy. Okay, just gonna wait for a friend to finish music and then have screenshots and text. Awesome. Yeah, and I will give the full game a run through, even if... like I said, I think if I put it in smaller screen mode, I might be able to get a little further through it before getting a little too motion sick to continue. Okay, so this is when you spawn a ball. The ball info. Do a nice set color manager to the color manager. Okay. And then the game manager, when you spawn a pipe, instead of set color, do set color manager. and color manager. Okay. Then the pipe I can do when it starts. Random color. Two years, 4 months, 7 days, 2 hours. It has it down to that bit. Wow. Absolutely no time watching me. Hopefully it's staring, I guess. You weren't watching, you were actively, attentively. Okay, no, it's control click, right? There we go. Jeez. Yeah, fake fan. Okay, color is no longer getting set because it was under set color, but I wasn't doing set color because I was just doing set color manager. I guess I could have kept the set color, but 0 seconds. Everybody's a fake fan. Nobody has watched me for any length of time. Odd that that is there, and yet it doesn't seem to have picked up. I thought somebody else was doing the, like, watch time, and it was, yeah, just listening, not watching. Not active, makes sense. Okay. It's only been 45 minutes, and I'm like, it's sit time, right? Why so lazy? Okay, so I could either do the set color here, or I do the set color on the pipe. It doesn't really matter. I guess we'll just do it on the pipe here. So, yay, 1 gold. Oh, account age. What was the other one you guys were trying? Watch time. So apparently watch time is not the... Oh, account age is the Twitch account, not the... Okay. So... I'm calling random color, and then it's set the color to color. No, wait, if it's random color, then sure, it can set the color manager, get random color. There is no get random color, right? Yeah, get current palette. Bugger off. And then... And then do get random color. Okay. And then the ball. Now I can do the ball if it's following for a year and 5 months. Wow. Took a year to find a good streamer. I don't have anything clever for that. I'm bouncing between too many things. Speaking of bouncing, I wanted to do the, when it does here and it finds a bumper that it bumps off of, that there is a chance to change the color if I do the, so we do a variable here that'll be I guess random color. Just for testing purposes. So color on bump, which will do false. And then just if it is true, then when it bumps off of a bumper, which is here, if it checks its position and finds a bumper, and then if that is have the color on bump. Then you can do the color. You have a mesh renderer, right? Yeah, so mesh renderer. Oh wait, does the ball have a ball color? It does. Am I setting it? Am I doing anything with it? It's looking like I'm not setting it or doing anything with it. Okay, so maybe on start. No, I am setting the color to the color here. Yeah, okay, so then I could do that here. Set points to that much. Was that also a command in there? Because CurseForge was once part of Twitch for a while. Apparently a moderator command to just set the points to whatever ridiculous amount. It says pixels though, as opposed to gold. Like what? That's interesting. I was like, I tried it. I don't know what it was. I don't know what was the goal there, but I tried it. Okay, so now let's see if I can get the DVD logo thing going. Was that related to anything I was trying to do? No. This is just trying to... Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, now it's back to... So gray on gray is not the most interesting. But it is a decision I've made. Okay, so... No color change there because the ball, I think, is... 2 currencies, pixels and gold. And you can buy nothing with both. That's crazy. As in the... I have nothing on the stream elements. I was assuming it would have some kind of defaults, but it would make sense if there's nothing on there. Ball color on bump. There we go. Okay, well, confirmed that it doesn't do anything if you don't use it. Now let's confirm if it does do something if you do use it. Redeem nothing. A crazy animated god sword or something. Poisoning, raging, flaming sword of doom, I think. Yeah, I was trying to listen to the McElroys again, and I think my age of podcast listening is mostly over. There's a few podcasts I still listen to, but I used to listen to, like, a ton. I used to listen to all sorts of podcasts, and it's just sort of, okay. You love the item? Well, I think that's... You're in luck. I think that's the only thing there. Trying to redeem. Don't hug me, I'm scared. Did I actually add some pixel art or something to Stream Elements? Oh, I guess I did try. Well, this seems like a very vague memory. Why is there no image here? Huh. Maybe I'll put it in the pile of stream things to look at and update and do. There we go. There's my pile of stream things to look at. That's the click maps, so that hopefully Blender's slightly less obnoxious than emotes I still want to do, and then multi-streaming if I'm feeling brave. I could try multi-streaming. Although I was just watching a video that was saying that it's just not really worth it unless you have an audience already. It seems to be like everything is only worth it if you already have an audience. But then the question is, how do you get the audience? What can you do with the item now? I don't know. I guess let's continue poking through commands to see if you can figure out what it does. Okay, so now I should be doing color on bump, and that's under the prefab for the ball. So, oh, did it explode? It didn't look like it exploded, right? When it bumped. Okay, I was supposed to be messing with... This is an hour of me messing with the thing that I didn't even want to be messing with necessarily. Sounds about right. Well, it doesn't help when it doesn't work. It doesn't help when it doesn't work. Okay, we're gonna go the other direction. Let's try this then. If you're gonna be dumb. There. Now we try it. Bugger off! Okay, well, it was just those two directions. This other direction is fine. Ah, I knew it! And then I'm gonna be miffed about the fact that it did work just fine. Also, it still didn't do the color bumping thing. Here. If it found a bumper, and then it'll set the direction, and then if the color, it's not setting it to a random color, I'm just setting it back to the same color. I missed a step. I missed an important step here. Random color. Well, okay, we're gonna just steal that because I'm lazy. And put it over here. And this is color on bump. Oh, I guess I don't have a bunch of mesh renders, it's just the one. Yeah, because this is not the pipe, it doesn't have a bunch of things, it's just the one ball. Okay, and then... Oh, I guess now that's built into this. I don't need to build that into here. Okay, this is set a random color. So now instead of that, we do set random color. Okay, now let's see if that helps. $228 unique chatters, one-time messengers. Well, and I do have. There was a bot raid at one point that messed up my stats. Because I was a little bummed looking at like Silly Gnome, and there's this like spike in there that I'm like, oh, that's not. Yeah, there we go. But it has like I guess for past year. Yeah, so it gets ruined by this bot spam here. Well, I don't know. This looks like it actually is. No, there was a day where, because it's like looking at my Twitch goals. It's like, oh, hit 400 followers is like the next Twitch goal because of the bots. So, how do I have nearly 2K messages sent in my own chat? Most likely the bot. 400 yawn emotes. Now I'm assuming it's because it's like whenever the stream avatars tells you, oh hey, there was a thing, somebody did something. That is presumably where that's coming from. It's not an opportunity to use the emote. I didn't yawn. I was complaining about being tired. We only whip that out when I yawn. You can't just whip it out whenever willy-nilly. Okay, there. Hey! Neat. Okay. Not what I was doing. Not useful. Did you hear the word yawn? Why? Grandpa's screaming at his children on his yawn. Yeah. I guess I do have a big white beard and everything. I'm a little younger than my character, but... Well, sometimes I do feel a little younger when I'm listening to pop music and my coworker at work is listening to, like, classic rock. It's like a bunch of stuff from the 1980s. Yeah, it was kind of funny doing the spottle where it was trying to guess the musician, and it was Dire Straits, I think, and he just had all sorts of bands that like it didn't even list because they were just not in there. Okay, this was not related to what I was doing. I was going to. Is the color picking from a list completely random or a specific order? It's doing it just completely random right now. I definitely do want to do it in order, because I did order it in the color manager. I want to have an option to do it in order. But it is not that way currently. The game manager, not the pipe. But yeah, I did put him in here to loop through the rainbow there. I may or may not have to do something about that in terms of like looping through the rainbow, but because that is one of the marketing ideas, is just make a rainbow dick. I have the power. That just sounds like a fun idea to market the game. Do a nice time to penis. There's an emote. What, a giant rainbow dick? That's what chat is hankering for. Interesting. I did have somebody come into my chat at one point and just start saying, you know, hey, I want to do things to that hat. And it was like, not sure I want that kind of energy here, but yeah, it was like in the middle of an Elden Ring stream too. I was just doing some platforming at Elden Ring, and it was like, here, let me sexualize your character. It's like, oh, okay, odd. And then they disappeared. Probably for the better. Okay, I was thinking about adding a shader, which that might be a little more, because I wanted to do an outline shader for the balls, just to make them a little easier to see, especially if I'm doing color on color that is the same color. And I really do need to know more about shaders, especially because I went and did an interview and they asked me if I knew anything about shaders, and then I proceeded to continue to not learn anything about shaders. Oh, you see? Yeah, it's just me flipping. Yeah, it just seems like you're flipping somebody off. It's so funny. It's supposed to be a wave. It's like little ball hands that are supposed to be doing a wave. I think I did have. There is enough pixels that I can make it look like it actually is flipping somebody off. So I definitely could do a very rude gnome. And I know that there is a history of rude lawn gnomes. Hey, it's an hour I'm sitting. And then hopefully not yawning. Oh, wait. No, I was my desk. I have the Shoot. Wait. I have the link on my phone. Because I used the number with the SKU code or whatever it is. I used the number on the bottom of my desk to figure out what my desk is. Because I was like, I have been off of that IKEA desk for a while now at this point. Do you want to send the link over? There we go. And then it's going to do it twice. Because for some reason it said it didn't do it the first time. There we go. That's the desk that I currently have. That my parents were nice enough to posture check. I mean, I was just sitting down, so I should be able to give you drops. I don't think I can with the whatchamacallit. The Twitch channel points. The yet a third currency. Let's just run back this album. New album. Let's give it a run back here. Yeah, the only useful currency. Yeah, I would agree with that. The stream avatars and the other stuff is less useful. So PC specs, which I also have my desk on here. I guess I should change it from PC specs to something else. If it is more than just PC specs. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I updated the... Yeah, it's stuff like this that makes me think I should mess with my alert notification a little more. Okay, there we go. Now my desk should be updated on here as well. Okay. Again, unrelated. Oh no. There it is. Oh yeah, you can't gamble with some of the other stuff. Can't take the first place on droplets. Yeah. It's always with so many of the yawns too. It's never just a yawn. I do a single yawn and I get 6 of them. Okay, this is Unity. I wanted an outline shader. To believe it's fairly easy. Oh, I don't know that I ever did do another community goal. Yeah, because I really did just need like a simple... Although this is watch a whole video that I'm like, I don't... Okay, it's 2 years ago, meaning this is old. Okay, that's somebody saying here's an update. Yes, like I'm pretty sure this is fairly easy. I gotta remember how to set up the shader stuff though too. Okay, do I want to watch this right now? No, not really. Yeah, then there's like the download a shader, which I could do. Okay, maybe I won't mess with shaders. So I want to mess with the wide angle lens because I was thinking of doing like there's just so many of those capsule images that use like a wide angle lens that I thought it'd be useful to have an ability to do screenshots with a wide angle lens. Yeah, so I was... Or maybe fisheye lens? Yeah, the fisheye camera thing. Is that a thing? I was also thinking about messing with the here and doing just because I have it in orthographic, but I don't know how easy or hard it is to do to play the game with perspective camera. Also, I didn't change any settings, so this may or may not show me anything. Oh no, it did. It did show me stuff. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where it would be easier to do. Yeah, I think orthographic is better for setting stuff up. But I do want to have options for this. Yeah, I probably need to get rid of the click-through on that too. Okay, well, at least I know. God balls. God balls. Why do you do this? You dumb. Ugh. So maybe do that. No. Go ram it. Is it just that pipe angle? Now it did it. Yeah, sure, don't fix this. Just work on colors and camera angles. Well, if you insist. If you say I shouldn't fix it and I should just work on colors and camera angles, I guess I'll work on that then. We'll just ignore any sarcasm. Well, like I said, it's because I was trying to aim for getting some kind of trailer done instead of getting a playable game done. That's why I wanted to mess with this. So is this? I have a playable game. Yeah, exactly. It's it's basketball. That's more. I bought a playable game, not that I made a playable game. Okay, is this somebody's fisheye camera lens angle thing? Or something? Ultra effects. That's a wide angle camera in AR there. Pretty sure I made the stream avatars, stream elements. Well, you would be incorrect there. I did make stream. It's Twitch chat plays hide and seek, but I never set that to public. I never finished it. So, webcam kind wide angle. Wait, is it just change the FOV on the main camera here? Is that all it is? So we do like 180. Set. Should add more items for pixels, like a god sword and a crazy animation that crashes every device. What do you mean by god sword? You mean like a large sword, or one that has a bunch of particle effects, or? So I guess you can only go to a certain. So 180 is too much. So 120. Okay, so is that a wide angle? That's interesting. It's not really the. Okay, that I was like, give me something with color. Okay, yeah, good to know that the game is still playable at odd angles. Yay, that it actually bumps and changes colors and stuff. This is not really what I meant, though, right? Okay, now can I do one that's... Yeah, it's like, because this is not the scene view camera. So, maze game or bridge game? Haven't done anything for either of them. Will become a side project while doing the course. I think it depends on what you're trying to do. Because I think both of them are interesting. And I don't know what you mean by a maze game or a bridge game. In terms of, like, because a maze game I think could be like a Pac-Man style maze game or a... or like a first-person kind of maze game or something too. So I guess the perspective on that is... And then a bridge game, I'm thinking of, there's like make a bunch of different little bridges, and then there's also make like one bridge, like a bridge simulator kind of thing. Because there's like bridge physics simulator, or like I think like Islands and Trains came out recently as well. I'm making a game for Jingle Jam, but don't think yeah. Got too much stuff going on with IRL stuff, and then getting Replicate ready for June. Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, that's. I have a couple of different jams on my schedule right now that I'm not doing because I wanted to try to get this done. So you're gonna sleep. It's 1 a.m. Weak. Most of the people here stay up till 2 a.m. And I think Brainoid just doesn't sleep. So then again, I'm the kind of guy that goes to bed at like 9 o'clock. So yeah, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, need your beauty sleep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It takes. I gotta get my rest to keep the beard all big and fluffy and white. Okay, that's. See, it was because there was like just an update or just a. I just got something on the newsletter for this. I don't remember what the. Oh, racetrack update. Yeah, okay, there was an update for that. That's why I was thinking of this maze game. But good night. Thanks for stopping by and checking out all the points and the thing that I tried adding in the stream elements forever ago. Okay, the camera. I was kind of messing with the FOV. Wait, if you do like a really small FOV, what's that do? Because I thought it was wide angle was the thing. I don't think FOV is actually what I want to mess with. I don't think that's giving me that like curve, right? Okay, so if I go back to like 120, and then I just kind of drag the scene view camera around after I place some stuff, can I get it to... Which I guess Maze Mice is another one of like a good example of one of those games that has the wide angle capsule screenshot. Oh, which I guess they reused for this too. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's just got that curved ground and then like the things in the foreground and stuff. And I'm like, okay, if I can get like just a bumper and then a ball running into the bumper in a wide angle lens kind of thing, I would think that would look good-ish enough for some kind of capsule. Which is like not even really the trailer. It's just the capsule image for somebody to click on it. But A specific maze game idea and a specific bridge game idea before. Yeah, okay. But don't want to explain the full idea in chat again. The chat messages are always often on the longer end. Yeah, there does tend to be the like, oh, there's a novel in chat, which I don't mind. It does take a little bit to read. Okay, so now if I move the camera around, does that actually give me the kind of like? No, I'm like it's not giving me the. I feel like there should be a curve to it, right? This is just a wide. Maybe. Okay, I kind of want to get you like looking at the thingamabob. Okay, wait, it was. No, I guess that is doing the like kind of crazy angle. Okay, so I want to rotate you probably 45. Yeah, there we go. That lines it up with the bumper. And then maybe a little higher, and then we rotate it down. And then it would be open up the pipe. Whoops. And then Control-Alt-P? Ruh-roh. Aha! Okay, I did remember it. And then we do a couple of steps. Oh, I forgot I still have the color changing on. Oh yeah, it's got the double bumpers right now anyway. Well, then actually, can I zoom this in a little more? Yeah, that was kind of my vague idea for the capsule shot. I still feel like there's not enough bend to it. It's just kind of a weird zoomed angle. But is it really not like an easy thing to do in Unity? I would kind of assume that it would be like a... Okay, how about fisheye lens? There's a character limit on Twitch chat messages. Otherwise, you'd dump an entire book in there. I mean, you could still dump an entire book just sentence by sentence. There's a higher chance it gets broken up by other people typing in chat, but it is possible. Okay, fisheye lens. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Fish. Fisheye lens. Is that a shader thing? It's not. It's not just a camera thing that I can just kind of slap on there. Post-processing affects lens distortion. Okay, I thought it was fairly simple. Standard assets effects package installed before it becomes available. Was this... When was this? Is this still around? Yeah, in the Unity 2019. So, do these... Standard asset effects package. Yeah, because I remember messing with this like a long time ago. As in like a couple years ago. I guess it's not a long time ago, but... Okay, so give me the package manager so that I can look at the standard assets effects package. Shader graph? Okay, I do have shader graph, so I do have some shader stuff available. Visual effect graph? Can I just add... okay, camera. I want... oh, I should know some of this. I guess I've just never messed with... I've never done games that use a lot of camera effects, so... I guess maybe I shouldn't know some of this if I haven't done it. Okay, stop clicking off of it. Overlay camera. I don't know if it's overlay camera that I'm looking for. Shoot, I don't recall. PC renderer? Post-processing is on. Shoot, okay, what was the... okay, so how about Unity camera post-processing? I guess it doesn't... post-processing. Post-processing. And these are all probably old as heck. Yeah, some render pipeline stuff. Shoot, it's easy to do. And I just don't remember what the thing is to click on. Holy heck. Window package manager. Post-processing. Oh, I guess, oops. Do I have post-processing? It said post-processing on that camera there, but... yeah, bugger off. I clicked the wrong thing. Post-processing. Aha, I do not have it. Okay, there we go. So now I can mess with the camera lens. Yeah, and I don't remember if this also has anything to do with, like, bloom. Because I was thinking about bloom for if I do, like, a black light effect. Then... yeah, do a fisheye effect on the forest thing to maybe it'll look like a body cam when doing that. Yeah, I was trying to think of, like, if the forest is this... it was like, I know the body cam game did that. How well did that game do? What was it called? Was it body cam? I know people getting blown away by the visuals on it just because it was... oh, it was just called body cam. Ultra realistic. Yeah, okay, it was sitting in mostly positive and mixed. Because I think gameplay-wise, it was a lot more like Call of Duty, like... yeah, okay, zombies and other ridiculous stuff. Despite the fact that the body cam footage was making it look more like a realistic setting and a realistic game. Yeah, I remember the like initial trailers. People were blown away that it looked real. This looks much more video game. PvE bots and a new season. Okay, yeah, that looks a little more realistic. I think the screenshots were looking a little. Oh, okay, and it's still early access. I feel like it was a couple of years ago that I'm like, I doubt they're still 17 and 20 years old. 15 million. Dang, dude. Reduce the FPS performance, look and feel, and immersion, ultimately reducing the user experience into constant frustration. Poorly optimized, clunky game. Yeah, okay, not optimized at all. I mean, it's supposed to be a... Oh, unrecord. Okay, I was like, I didn't think of the name. It was body cam. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. Yeah, unrecord is the thing that I was thinking of. Not body cam. Okay, so they're doing a full, like, police procedural or something. Yeah, but maybe for good reason. Well, if they're trying to make it look and feel as close to real, then it's gonna be a lot. Okay, I guess I think I am getting the two games mixed up. Where it's like this is actually yeah, like when were the trailers and stuff for this? Yeah, if body cam was so unoptimized. Yeah, if they, because this is in that hyper real territory. 2 years ago, okay, and 8 million views. I mean that sort of says that they've got some here though. If they just post a single video and it has 8 million views, that's some amount of interest. But I guess, did they have any other updates? It's one of those, I'm not going to look at Discord because I can't add any more Discords and I don't really want to. And then, nope, just a couple of things from 2 years ago and then disappeared. Oh, wait. No, that's Twitter being stupid. Okay. I don't want to log into Twitter, though. I don't know why I'm not logged into my old account, but... which is not these accounts. I'm like, no, I don't want to log in with my Google account. I had an account. Yeah, I already have an account. And it's not my Google account. Yeah, this one. I don't remember what the password was. Does Google remember what the password was? Enter my code on phone. This is one of those I probably shouldn't be logging into Twitter on stream. Yeah, no, okay, bugger off. I don't know if they had any updates. I don't... not my kind of thing. As I get older, I want less real. And that's going for hyper real. That's going all the way past real into hyper real. Okay, but post-processing should be downloaded now, so I can mess with the camera. And do... Dang it, I messed with it before. I could go find the Instagram post of me messing with the post-processing. Oh, okay, that's what I was doing. I was following this. A post-process volume. Add the post-process layer to the camera. This is an edited blog post. Why would you have a mistake here where you didn't save a thing and then, okay, well, now I did. I lied. Create an empty game object and name it post-process volume, and then add component post-process volume. We'll just follow the tutorial for now and then see how that comes out, and if I can. So post process volume, and then it's saying add that to the camera. Oh, check the is global box, so everything will be affected. And then go to profile and select new, and a new profile is created. Okay, is global profile new, and a new profile is created. And then add the post-process layer to the camera. Add component, post-process layer. So here, add component, post-process layer. And then if I made a trailer and it got that much attention, I think I'd like try to make sure I deliver something that meets expectations and rather take a little longer than risk releasing too early and have bugs and stuff missed during rushing. Yeah, no, and like I said, I think it's if you have that many views, then you can point at that and say, okay, for like a publisher or something, like, okay, I have this much interest already. Give me money, please. Me a money and needing it now. So layer everything. Do not use everything. Is that what it just said? Don't use everything. Or default is the layer mask because it will slow down the... Put processing volumes in their own dedicated layer for best performance. Okay, well... It said don't do default either. Transparent effects, I guess. There's your own post-processing layer, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, that was an interesting post. The how to market a game was talking about like taking a well-performing itch game and turning it into like a full Steam game. And saying for the most part that kind of market validation does work, but there were a couple games that didn't necessarily entirely convert, and I think it was partially like the gameplay changed a little bit too much in between. I could click on that, but I'm like, no, I just want the website, not the specific article. Because I want a different specific article. The blog. There we go. Yeah, Tiny Kingdom. Yeah, that was the one where they said, or maybe it wasn't the gameplay, it was the visuals didn't have enough of a like upgrade to feel like it really warranted a Steam purchase. Yeah, this is hitting 1,000 to like hundreds of views. Yeah, and I don't think I've hit. I think even like a launch for any of my games, I think it's been like hundreds, not thousands at the best. Yeah, okay, it's 1,000 for most of these lifetime. As yeah, when it's a well-performing itch game to do that, you don't have something like that. Yeah, the only reason this has a bunch of views is because it's like the top link on my link tree. And even that's 3,000 total. That's not necessarily like a bunch of views. Yeah, I think this is one that wasn't actually as much of the like yeah, I think the downloads kind of say that that's a little different there. Yeah, all of these are messed up by the fact that the link tree for some reason just gets so many hits. So all of these are like I don't know where people are coming from to find to find the link tree, but it just completely skews the views. Although it is wild that like pretty much everything is getting some kind of view. Like a view on knock yourself out. Even marshmallow squish. That's crazy. Most views are 273 for Ice Stacker. Are you talking total or are you talking because that makes these numbers look a little better, but also like I said, a lot of these are inflated by the fact that for some reason I get like I guess set up a link tree and then have that link tree put somewhere. I guess that's a matter of me going to Linktree to see where those are coming from. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, it's all recent games except for this, but it's all skewed because of the Linktree, which I guess is good that people are finding it and clicking on things, but also like it doesn't give me good info as to like whether it's actually like organically interesting or not. But I guess when I do have games where people post like their high scores, or when I get the person that found my phone number on my resume to say, "Hey, Agronome's really cool," I'm like, that's a sign. That's a good sign. A little weird, but a good sign. Okay, I was trying to go through the post processing tutorial and then again got in the yap loop. Okay. So go back to the post-processing volume and add a layer called post-processing and then set that to... Yeah, okay. Maybe we don't do the transparent effect. It's probably a good idea. And I guess we'll completely follow the tutorial here. Post-processing volume. And then the layer being add a layer, which is post-processing. And set the layer here, and then set the camera to have the post-processing layer be post-processing. post-processing volume, set the layer to post-processing, and add the bloom effect. Okay, I don't really need the bloom effect right now. Okay, and then you can start adding the stuff. Got one comment saying the game was good, but there's actually just an ad for a game jam that is specifically about making a game for a certain product they are making. I mean, this is one of those, like, I guess it's nice that they're saying nice things, even if it's just to point at something else entirely. Okay, so the add effect. Lens distortion? I would assume. Oh, okay. So is that going to show up here? I mean, it's going to be hard for me to see since I don't have any items. So let's do that, actually. So we put a ball on screen. We put a cube on screen. Put a bumper on screen. We go back to here and say, I lied about this. Go back to 90 FOV. And actually go back to orthogonal. Like, because now I'm curious. Or, yeah, if I go back to orthographic. You leave this realm? As in you're gonna move? Because I know that's happening. Sometime soon-ish, kind of, sort of, maybe. But goodbye, good night. Have a nice sleep, if that's what you're doing. Or, good luck on your conquest of another realm. Okay, so... Also, it's one of the surprising things of like, oh, Reynard was still here. Or he at least had me on in the background while watching somebody play Replicat, most likely. A much better use of the time anyway. Okay, get rid of the bumper here. As I just putter around doing dumb stuff. So, I guess it doesn't help me as much. Because it doesn't... okay, so now if I do intensity on this distortion here... No, I don't see anything because... I done diddly did it wrong. I would assume it's lens distortion. Depth of field. Yeah, depth of field's cool, but that's not... I know what that one is. Motion blur, auto exposure, color grading bloom, vignette grain, ambient occlusion. It's I think it's lens distortion here, but okay, this is one of those like we just crank all these up to some number and see what that did. So I lied since I can't really see if the camera's doing anything. Then there. Bridges or mazes. Make both eventually just about what to do first and both things I want to improve in. Or learn about. It's one of those things of like, in terms of stuff I've done, I've made a maze before. I've made, I think, a couple mazes before. So I think bridges would be more interesting to me. But I know I'm not the one making the project. But if you want some arbitrary decision to be made, then there's the arbitrary decision. Make a bridge. Okay, so Now, can I mess with post-processing and see if that does anything? Also, La Musica. Bridges will be first and mazes second. Like I said, I don't remember what the ideas were, unfortunately. Is it playing? Yeah, it is. It's just very quiet. Okay. Back to... Oh, really? It's not even 8 o'clock. It's supposed to be the 8 o'clock yawn. I guess I am tired. I thought I got enough sleep. It was like I didn't wake up at 4:30 like... I didn't feel that tired. I didn't think, but I guess I was. Okay, so the post-processing volume. How about we add a depth of field effect? Just to see if we can see it. So the main camera has a post-processing layer that is using post-processing. And the post-processing volume is on the post-processing layer. That was what the tutorial said, right? Not that it was... It's not switching the main camera to the post-processing layer, right? Oh, post-processing layer. Wait. I just double-checked that, right? Yeah, post-processing layer, and then the layer is post-processing for this post-processing volume. That is a new thingamabob, which does the thingamabobs. Which, why you know mabob my thing? Okay, add the bloom effect, and then add the intensity to it. And now when I adjust the intensity, I see the effects. Okay. So we add a... Oops. Okay, we add an effect. Bloom. And then when the intensity changes... Okay, if it's gonna go under the camera anyway, let's just do that. This was just a single song, wasn't it? I know what I want to listen to, but I'm like, I feel like Twitch is gonna be mad at me for playing this song. Because I think she's just popular enough that it probably will. Yeah, and then I've had this stuck in my head for a while. Yes, I don't know that I have a lot of pop music on my list here, though. As much as I like pop music. You won't. You won't. You won't. You won't. Okay, just give me this, I guess. As much as I enjoy this. I think probably too big of an artist. This is looking like it should go into chiptunes. Okay. So why post-processing volume? No, seem too worky. I do. I feel tired. I'm like, what did I do? That I'm just like not here right now. Okay, so now if I change the post-processing volume, does that not, you seriously don't let me, soft knee? This doesn't seem to be doing anything. Did anybody see if I did? Okay, I set it to this main camera. Is this, and the layer is post-processing. That's fine. I'm assuming I don't need to change any other default settings. But I'm not seeing any kind of post-processing. Is this this? It's not the zoomed camera. That would make sense if that's not working. Why does this sound like Carlson, Milkman Carlson? Oh, it's Friday Night Funkin'. That's what that is. I'm getting my thingamabobs mixed up. Oh, it has a lot of Pokemon and sounds. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a Splatoon thing. It gave me a cool Splatoon video. Okay. But this does not look like it's doing any kind of camera effect. Like, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. Dadgummit. I probably should fix that bug. So, camera. Why are you not doing anything? Intensity. Maximum intensity. Oh, so I guess 1 was low then? I'm assuming that was just in the play scene, right? That was not in the... Yeah, okay, that's not... It doesn't look like they're running the game. Or maybe they are. Okay, but then adding a color grading effect. Bloom intensity. Doesn't actually say what they're setting the number to, but I don't appear to be seeing any effects. Which is a little confusing to me because I have the post-processing volume on the post-processing layer and the camera, which is using this main camera, is looking at the post-processing layer. But it doesn't appear to be doing anything. What step did I goof up here? I mean, these also don't seem like I would need to mess with those. Okay, center. That feels like it really shouldn't mess with it. If it's just recentering it incorrectly. No. Again, I did a bunch of streams where I got nothing done, and then got the bumper working one stream, and now here I am going back to streams where I get nothing done. Much to everyone's frustration. Why? Why? Why am I like this? No! I want pretty picture. And by that, I mean I want you to do something, you goof. At least this tutorial didn't seem like it was that hard. And it doesn't look like that hard. I just... Okay, we read this again. You install the post-processing, which I did. Then you click the Is Global checkbox, and then you go Profile and do a new profile. And then add the post-process layer to the camera. So main camera, add component, post-process layer. Okay, create an empty object and name it post-process volume, and then add the post-process volume. So it's an empty game object that I added a post-process volume to. And I clicked Is Global. And then I go Profile and select New, and a new profile is created. Okay, with the effects that I added. Does it... I don't think the name matters. Is it because I renamed this after the fact? Okay, so new. Yeah, okay, that's not gonna... that doesn't matter at all. That's just a different set of things. I add the post-process layer to the camera. So post-process layer. Oops, the name change didn't take, so I renamed it. I now create the post-process layer for the camera, and I go back. I go to post-process volume and add a layer called post-processing. Now I can go back to the camera and select the post-processing layer. I open the post-processing volume and set the layer to post-processing. And then add a bloom effect with an intensity, and then when I adjust the intensity, I can see the effects. So now when I add a bloom effect, no, vignette. Vignettes... It's supposed to be here and visible there. You were gonna start it, and then you're like, nah, I should sleep. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, you wouldn't actually get to sleep if you started now. Yeah, no, that's what I've done on stream here multiple times, where I say, oh, I'm gonna try to fix this, and then stay up too late trying to fix it, and then don't actually end up fixing it. Why it not look like it do anything? Vignette is supposed to be adding stuff to the edges of the screen. This is the post-processing profile. The main camera is looking at, and this post-processing layer, which is looking at the post-processing layer. The post-processing volume has a post-processing. It doesn't... Why? Yeah, good luck. Thanks. This is one of those, like, maybe because I downloaded it, it might be a... Let me restart Unity. This is one of those moments where I'm like, nah, it's a restart Unity time if it's just gonna be weird and dumb. Like me. This is also one of those, like, everybody left. I want to just play games. Because if things aren't going to work either. Yeah, I'm going to yawn like I'm tired here. Yeah, I got chores to do. There's an indie game event on Sunday. But then Monday, I have the entire day off. I'm like, I think it's gonna be a game dev day. We shall see. Oh, but now I'm also like, it is kind of tempting to see if any of my friends are online and want to do stuff. Yeah, then Unity's gonna take forever, and I'm a little too tired to be in full yap mode right now. I guess I could complain about the peanut butter cookie. No, peanut butter cup cookie that I ate. That was an Oreo, which that they then built an entire peanut butter cup around, which was too much. I like Oreos, but I don't know why they want to do, like, here's fried Oreos, here's a peanut butter cup Oreo. I'm like, give me weird Oreo flavors, but you don't need to drown it in other flavors. Okay, so now the main camera has a post-processing. This should be doing a vignette, which should be here. I should be seeing a vignette here, right? Is it because it's orthographic? I could set it back to perspective. I don't think that should matter, at least for a vignette. I'm pretty sure a vignette just does it on the edges of the screen. Also, I don't think because it's a post-processing. It's like after the camera has already done its thing. Then it does it after the fact. Okay, 90 seems like a lot. Maybe 60. Yeah, okay, 60 seems more like what it was default-wise. But that's also not doing the post-processing effect, and Why? I feel exceedingly dumb when I do what seems like a basic tutorial, and I do the steps for the basic tutorial, and then don't get a result. And it's confusing. Because I checked and I double checked that I did the things for it to process it. And then it proceeds to not do that. Okay, I don't think there's any other... Because this is again, it's a post-processing thing. I don't think any of this stuff should make a difference there. And yeah, this... Yeah, it's not going to be anything that I need to worry about. And I restarted Unity now, too, so it's not like it's because I installed it and then it didn't have a chance to update it. This is post-restart. But I'm like, I know what a vignette looks like, and that's like the edges of the screen turn a little bit black, right? Vignette. You had it there. Vignette. There we go. Okay, give me an image of a vignette. Yeah, this. It's like the corners are a little dark. That's a vignette. But that is not happening. I don't know what I did or didn't do for it to not do or not respond to it. I have the post-processing stuff. It is on. It is global. And it's on a different post-processing thing, and the post-processing thing just has this vignette instead of anything else. But this is not... I'm not seeing anything. I changed the layer here to post-processing. And I changed the main camera's layer to post-processing. I would assume I want the trigger to be the actual camera. Yeah. If there's a button devoted to doing that, I guess I just look at a different tutorial. This doesn't... Why am I having an issue with this? Because this is dumb simple. I can see it here that it is dumb simple. Install the packaging. You go to unit registry and select post process and install, which I clearly did. Then create a game object, name it post process volume, and add the post process volume. Check is global, so everything will be affected. Then profile a new, and it creates a new profile. Scenes, game profiles. Which I didn't check that exactly, but still. Yeah, for this sample scene, there are these profiles. So if I wanted to, I can switch between those. Then I add the post-process layer to the camera. So I added a post-process layer to the camera. Okay, didn't change the name of the object, so I rename it to make sure it takes. Create a post-process layer for the camera, and then go back to the post-process volume, and then add a layer called post-processing. I can now go back to the camera and select the post-processing layer. Yeah, post-processing volume. Add the post-processing layer, and then go back to the camera and select it. Open the volume, and then select and set the layer to post-processing. Yeah, that's that. Oh, this was them adding the post-processing tag. This is them actually tagging it as post-processing. And then add an effect of bloom. And then when I adjust the intensity, I see the effects. So I add a post-processing that is a vignette. And when I change the effects, I see Jack Diddley squat, you dumb. It's supposed to be darker corners in the corners of the screen. What else do you want from me? What more do you want from me here? There's a camera, a post-processing layer. Does this need to be... This does not need to be a post-processing thing, right? Yeah, that doesn't do anything. That's not related. And I restarted Unity. That's the other thing that concerns me here, is that I restarted Unity. This is why I don't want to solve any big, difficult bugs. Because I can't even do a basic tutorial. Okay, not can't, but I am not having success with doing a basic tutorial. So, that makes me a little afraid for doing something difficult. What more do you want? Okay, we'll do it on this camera then. We'll try a different camera. So we're going to add a post-processing layer. And then, okay, well, no layer is set, so you're not going to get anything. So now we do a post-processing layer. Okay. And that layer is post-processing. Should then be feeding in this post-processing volume, which has a vignette. So if I go to zoomed camera, the zoomed camera also does Jack Diddley. It diddles Jack. Wait, no. Yeah, it does a sum total of nothing. Gee, thanks for all the nothing you did. Oh, it's set to the main camera, not to the active camera. Ah, wonderful. Wait, it didn't actually place a pipe anywhere? Okay, there we go. Interesting. But that's not doing a vignette effect on either camera, despite the fact that this also now has a. I can make another layer and stuff too, but that. Okay, this is a give up and hope that it restarts and updates at a later date if you're just gonna be stupid. So I guess I did not add a vignette effect, and clearly probably should not be worried about trying to add a shader right now either if I can't figure out a basic. Okay, that's all. No, I'm good. I'm good. We're keeping this tutorial because that's what I used to try to get that. That's the fisheye lens. Yeah, and these are videos on how to do an outline shader, and that's really just a matter of go download a thing, probably. Yeah, shader graph tutorial. I was gonna say, is there some of these like easy shader graph tutorial free? It's a video. Marshmallow. Wow, I haven't thought about marshmallow in a long time. It's all videos, which makes sense, but okay, create shader PBR graph. Set the output color to black. And then unlit master. Remove front faces. Yeah, okay. I thought it was something fairly easy where I'm like, that's why I didn't really want to download something. I wanted to mess with the shader to remember how to do shaders stuff. Okay, create a new graph by right-clicking in the project view and selecting create shader universal render pipeline unlit shader graph. Okay. Now this is like nobody's here. Maybe I'll just okay, the project view? Yeah, project view. So shaders. Shaders. Yeah, it's because it's only just after 8 o'clock. I say as if 8 o'clock is not the time where I'm like, I'm tired, let's go to bed. Shader. Was it unlit shader? Oh, no. Create shader PBR graph, the one under it. Create shader. Why? It's always out of date tutorials. So I don't have a PBR shader. I just need some kind of shader though, right? Oh, create shader unlit graph on older Unity versions. This is a newer Unity version, or at least should be. So create shader URP unlit shader or shader unlit shader. None of these things seem to say PBR. So, great. So what exactly do I want? When was this? 2021. Okay, give me a 2025 one then. I'm living in the future. Do you have a tutorial for us future people? No, kinda. It's watch a video. Okay, but that's an old video. This was 6 months ago. Yeah, this is Unity 6. Okay, I guess I shall watch the video. So, should I be using this one then? Yeah, I was gonna say, that's interesting. That's... yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, this is where I want it to be. Okay, create shader graph. URP unlit shader graph. Dagnabbit. Here I am thinking, nobody's around, I can just watch a YouTube tutorial. I guess hello. that's maybe not a good sign. Okay. This is outline shader. Yeah, and I would show off the like post-processing effects, but that didn't seem to work. It just didn't want to do anything. Because I was like, oh, I want to add a fisheye lens. I want to add a wide-angle lens so that I can do the like steam capsule screenshot. It's like the maze mice. There we go. But yeah, the classic steam capsule screenshot that has the curved ground and stuff. Lagging so much the PC shut down 4 times. Wowie. I was thinking my PC was getting old because it's 7 years old, but I'm not having crashing issues. I'm also not having like working things here either, but but yeah, I did the like quick tutorial here that was like, okay, add a post-processing volume, tag it correctly, and then you can add whatever vignette to a camera that has a post-processing layer that is tagged with that layer, and then he just doesn't do that. And it all makes sense to me. It just doesn't want to. Yeah, so I was like messing around with like, can I get it to do anything? And it just doesn't want to give me any kind of post-processing. And I restarted Unity just to see if that was the issue too, and it didn't do it either. So I don't know. material. And this, whatever, outline material. Wait, shader, graphs, outline, shader, material, whatever. 5 years ago, and it's a laptop. Okay. Main PC can't boot Windows, so stuck on Ubuntu. Can't use it since late January, early February. Oof. That sucks. If you're on an old laptop and can't use your main PC, oof. Yeah, I have like a fairly simple laptop that I use for like watching videos on my TV. Instead of, it was like, I don't feel like setting up all of the smart TV whatever things, and I have this laptop. I'll just use that as my okay. Here. And assign it to the cube. In this case, sure. Let's do it on a cube. We're gonna just follow the tutorial, despite the fact that just following the other tutorial didn't seem to do much. So this material. Okay, perfect. Unlit, not doing anything. Okay, let's figure out how to get over to the shader graph thing again. I mean, I could play oh, it's not. Oh, Repla Cube. Yeah. Repla Cat, Repla Cube. What type of shader am I trying to create? What kind of look? I'm just looking for a basic outline shader. I was like, I should learn. I should relearn the Unity stuff. So, a year ago. I thought this one was 6 months ago. Oh, this one was 6 months ago. But this was a simple full screen outlines shader graph tutorial. This was a per object shader graph. And I kind of wanted this because I wanted to give the balls an outline, because the color, just to see if I can get it to. I guess I do have black on black, and then if I do a black outline, that's not gonna help. But I think it's when the ball is when it's the same color on the same color. I think that'll be a little nicer to. I guess there is like a lighting thing, so you would see the ball anyway, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to mess with doing an outline shader for it. Okay, float for outline thickness and drag it in. I don't know. It's one of those days where I'm just kind of trying to make something, and it's I'm taking forever to do anything, and it's not. Okay, I did create a float. I'm too distracted here. Rename. Outline thickness. Gee whiz. Did want to pick up feedback, and I remember it's a bit tricky. You made an outline shader or just like shader graph stuff? Yeah, this shader graph stuff always looks really interesting, and then I just don't have like a thing that I outline shader that enables on hover in a 3D test project. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess that would be good for like selecting objects and stuff. I guess that's something, yeah, I could do here as well. Was it not the thing I wanted? What did he say again? Create node and then position. How did he do the create node? Was that not a right click? Okay, no, create node. Oh, and then typed in position. There we go. Okay. And then so object space and then a multiply with these two things. Okay. Okay, so then put you into the vertex. At least for now, I don't necessarily need. Probably should add a color property, but so here. I mean, like, this material is kind of in the wrong spot, because I think I have, yeah, it's like I have a materials here. It probably should go in the materials. So shaders. Let's just put you into here. So is there nothing I can mess with? It's always the, like, how do I goof it up so bad, so easily? Okay, wait, go back, and where was the material he was messing with? Okay, in the scene view, you can go control the scale of the mesh. Surface inputs, outline thickness. Just the shader graph for that cube, I guess. Oh, in the scene view. So in the scene view for the cube, we can change the scale of our mesh. Wasn't that a surface input that I added? At least that's what he was messing with. Outline thickness was a thing I added as a name. Show in inspector. So it should be in the inspector. So the cube, which has the shader graphs outline material. If I go to change the... How and why? This is hard tutorial stuff. Thank you for the happy Friday. Why? Why is it the more I complain, the more people show up? You're supposed to see me in happy form, not grumpy form. Not confused form, because... Oh, let me follow this basic tutorial. Oops! Huh? What? 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 What doing? I can't do parrot noises at all. Yeah, I don't think I could do the. Yeah, join despite the complaining. Yeah. Well, it's one of those like I know the energy's not good. It's not fun to watch, and but it's nothing pisses me off more than what should be basic easy steps, and then it doesn't come out that way. It's like here's a easy tutorial. It feels like it's a here's 1 + 1, and I'm like okay, I put in 1 + 1 and it gave me 3. Like, how did I goof this up? It's like a login where it's like, okay, step 1, log into the system. No, you can't. You can't use that password. Okay, I guess I'll reset the password. You can't use a password that you just used. So, neither the post processing thing, the post processing didn't work, and now the shader graph, I'm also trying to get it to give me an outline thickness. Yeah, it's just a multiply. It doesn't matter which thing I do here. It's on the object. So then I go to the shader, or I go to the cube, and then I go to the shader graphs outline, which has, yeah, that's the shader that I want is the shader that I made, which is this outline shader. So the material for this shader is the shader graphs outline shader, which should have a surface inputs, a la the tutorial has a surface inputs, which is this outline thickness that is right here. If I just repeat the steps, but louder and more emphatically. What do you... Don't... I don't need more problems right now. I can't even get basic functionality working. It's just one of those days, and these days happen so often. Okay, is it because I didn't have the shader saved? Wait. No, that might exactly be it. Yeah, there's this special save button. Aha. Okay, there. Now that I press the special save button, there's the outline thickness. Okay. Yeah, you gotta do the special, there's an extra save on the shader. Okay. So now we go to the cube. At least I figured this one out. And then say, actually, no, lol, I lied. The outline thickness is 1.1 or something. Yeah, there. Okay, so now... this is a color option. That's why he was saying the color option. Okay. Okay, now let's just continue the tutorial. Okay, at least I figured out what the issue was here. That's... Yay, one small success. Maybe I can roll it into more small successes. And then you get enough small successes together, and you have success. You get a single success. And then hopefully you can roll enough successes together into a big success. Color. Outline color. And then, if you smash like hundreds and hundreds of babies together, you can get the like super adult version of... I'm like, yeah, let's explain what they... Yeah, I'm curious how this game is going to evolve. Because I like the core idea, but they don't know how to expand on it. Well, and now they're trying to, like, I think they were going for a fairly casual audience, and now they're like, oh no, we're gonna add all these abilities and things, and now they're just like, and now it's turning into Brawl Stars. But what I was trying to reference here is the way they do their level up system, which I don't know if it's gonna show it or not. But the way they do the level up system is that if you have like 10 babies, you can create an adult version, and then if you can get enough adult versions, you can create a like a super version or whatever. Yeah, core systems overhaul. I didn't think the core system was all that bad. I think it just needed some other stuff for you to do. Well, it's the core idea of you run around and it's like part auto battler, part less auto battling. It's got a little bit of that like roguelike, oh, you collect 3 of these guys and you get a more upgraded guy. But it's one of those weird ones of like, it'd be kind of fun to try to do my own version of this to see if I can I could make an idea of it that I like better. Okay, enough distraction. I want to finish the tutorial at least. It's already past 8:30. Okay, color, base color. So outline color and base color. Yeah, this is one of those like experiments I want to do is like what man, now I'm thinking of those YouTube experiments that I wanted to do of like all sorts of small like making the most mesmerizing shader kind of thing. A la Balatro. Go back. What was the first button that you clicked there? The graph inspector, node settings, or graph settings? Graph settings, the render face to back. Okay, so in the graph settings, and the giraffe settings, the render face to the other one. Okay. Okay, that was a little quick. So mesh render, and then that. Okay, that was pretty quick, but I think that's just to add the material. Okay, no, save. Save that. Then in the mesh render, we go add the original material to our cube. Here. I'll, I guess just this. Aha, okay. And then the outline shader. Thickness of like... it seemed a little thick, but maybe it's... Yeah, it's like from a further distance, it's probably fine. Okay, yeah, it's not doing like cell shading, it's just doing an outline. That's fine. Okay, so does that mean I can go to my balls and add a material to my balls. Yeah, okay, that's doesn't like the fact that I'm doing that, but and then outline shader. Har. Okay, so now how does that look? So if I get rid of you, and then we hit go on the game, what does that look like? Does it actually give me an outline on my balls? So pipe. It's a little, a little hard to tell. Okay, so let's put you back on that, and do that. It's not like it's still gonna be pretty distant, but let me do pipe. Nope. There we go. And there. That looks like I can. Let's try that again, but I'm pretty sure I see the outline there. Yeah, okay. So that's kind of a. Does that look good or not? That's a solid maybe. Now, should I add it to the pipe as well? I kind of want to, just to see what that looks like. So, at least I figured out some kind of outline shader, so that is a success of some kind that I am proud of. So, pipe. Add an outline. Pipe. Add an outline. I don't think you even see this pipe right now, but that's okay, whatever. And the cover. Add an outline. Because I do like that kind of cartoon effect. Does this game really need that kind of cartoon effect? I don't know, but... And I guess it's not really a cartoon effect, it's just an outline, but I like the clarity of an outline. So, is it black on black? No, it is orange. Why is the pipe black then? Because, yeah, it looks like it should be orange. Ruh-roh. Is the back faces of the pipe reversed? Reverse. No! Oh, you don't seem to like being clipped into the ground like that with the outline shader. Good to know. 3 a.m. gonna sleep. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Again, not a super interesting stream, but that's as always. I try. Okay, you. Let's try an outline shader here. And then I can decide after the fact if this is... Because I don't think something like Plunger Root does that, as much as it does like a pretty... Yeah. Yeah, it does a shadow on the edge of the thingamabob there. But it does not do... Yeah, it does kind of cartoonish bright colors, but not outlines. I don't know. I've gotten people that have said they like the look of the game, and then I'm like, I don't know if I'm kind of ruining it by doing a heavy outline. Well, I'm clearly ruining the pipes because now they're just completely black. But I don't know. I kind of like at least on the bumpers. Well, and I'm also looking at this from like very far away. If I zoom it, that might be better. Go ram it. That is kind of fun to watch it change colors. And then you just decide you're going to do it instead. Like, I don't know. It's just going to show me how many ways it can break. Gee, thanks. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's certain angles or anything. Because this is it going down. This is it going to the left. Did I made like a reset the color or something, right? Okay, so I gotta take it off of the pipe though, because the pipe is incorrectly done or something. Because it's trying to do back faces and it's coming out as the like outside of the pipe instead of the inside of the pipe. Or the edges of the pipe or whatnot. So it's a bit much there. And a bit much there. Not really working out for that, but okay. That's as good as I'm gonna get. I wanted to get a vignette or something. I wanted to get some kind of post-processing here. But he just doesn't want to do it. Priority 1. I think that deprioritizes it, right? It should be showing up here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I watched a video. I guess I could watch another video. So, Unity post-processing. Get started with Unity post-processing, adding post-processing. Now I'm like, maybe I do want a video. To enable post-processing in your scene, add the rendering post-processing layer component to the main camera game object. This component allows you to configure okay. You can use a volume framework to manage and blend between post-processing effects in Unity. Each volume can have either global or local boundaries. Post-processing volume. To do this, add a component post-process volume. View your main camera's inspector, and in the post-processing layer component, set layer to the new game object you just created. Post-process volume. View your main camera's inspector, and in the post-process layer, set the layer to the new game object you have just created. The post-process volume is empty by default. Adding post-processing effects to the stack with an add effect button. That's what I did. I went to here and I said, okay, this, maybe this then? Is that what you're saying? No, see, it assigns the current game object as a trigger. Because I'm pretty sure it should just show up. Okay, it's almost 9 o'clock. I am tired, and the music's not even going anymore. I'm good to call it quits. I doubt anybody's here. I'm pretty sure I chased them all off with my frustration. The answer appears to be more than one. Who's staying up this late to watch me yell at myself? And or my computer, and or whatever else. Go to bed. What the heck, you're here? Go to bed. Go to sleep. Get out of here. Why are you still here? The movie's over. I went specifically to... No, it's not what I wanted. I didn't want to specifically go to me. 3 people. Oh, I guess it's probably because I just looked at myself. I'm multiplying. You're game deving? It's not the middle of the night? Or I guess you're... Or maybe you're doing game dev in the middle of the night? At this point, I've had pretty much everybody say it's 2 or 3 in the morning. When I'm like, yeah, it's only 9 o'clock here, so... Oh, same time as me. Wait, other people exist in this time zone? Because even my friends are in a different time zone than me. Like, and then everybody I watch is... See, and then it goes up to 4. I'm like, why? I don't understand the number here. That's why I got rid of it. It's because it's like, it does not accurately say how many people are here. Adagon doing some repo. Jolt Jab doing software. I mean, it's a dev stream. Man, Funbase has been doing a lot of Minecraft. But there's some other software over here if we want to keep the software train rolling. Hey, look at that. Look at the filters and level of detail stuff. Yeah, this is... Okay, let's roll over here. I will be back... Maybe... I'll be back on Monday to do a whole bunch of dev, because I have the day off. But... Okay, I will go... So yeah, I may or may not... I guess I'll... It's one of those things of, like, I always want to stream over the weekend, and then never happens, but... Okie dokie, but at any rate, I'll be back on Monday with so much dev because I will have the entire day to work on stuff. So, I'm gonna go sleep after the raid here. I guess this is one of those if anybody wants to raid over here. Yeah, see, those numbers lie to me. Either that or there's just a bunch of people that are not, but... Okay, yep, I'll be back on Monday for a full day of dev. So, bye, good night. Have fun sleeping, bye.